Hey, what's up, guys? This is JJ, and I've been getting a lot of requests to talk to you guys about the guitars that I play, and especially this one. And this has been my main axe for the past 3 months on my, my own songwriting and my own musical projects. This has been the guitar that I've been playing mostly. But of course, I have a couple of other guitars that I use in the videos, and maybe I'll get around to making a demo of those as well. But let me just talk about this to you about this guitar. I play Vox Humana guitars, and Vox Humana are luthiers in Vlaardingen. That is a suburb of Rotterdam, very close to where I live in the Netherlands. And I've been doing some videos for them like a year ago, a little bit longer, in exchange for work that I had done to my guitars, setups, mod jobs, to get them just the way I want. Because I feel when you make like full HD video demos, you gotta go for the best possible quality, and you gotta have the best guitars that sound familiar to a broad audience, because you got to have tones when you're demoing pedals that everybody can relate to, but still I want my guitars to, like a good guitar has songs in them. That's what I always say. I always look for vibration when you play it, like acoustically, and setup is something that comes after that, and pickups and strings and cables and all that stuff. But a good guitar has songs in them, and that's what I look for. This is I think, a 2004 reissue of a Fender Telecaster Thinline that used to have the wide range humbuckers, like the really big fat humbuckers in it. It's an iconic guitar. It was in great shape. Obviously, it has some, like some dents, and it's used, but it's one of those guitars that has tunes in them. But I asked Vox Humana to modify it to my spec to be like a really versatile studio demo guitar, but also a great live guitar. As I said, the original 72 Tele Thinline has wide range humbuckers. I had pretty much everything except for the body swapped out. And they had one guitar, a Vox Humana original guitar, that started its life from a piece of wood in the workshop over there. I also demoed it, and that was a mahogany-bodied Tele Thinline as well. Thinline means that it's semi-hollow. That's why there's an F-hole. Regular Telecasters are solid body guitars. They're just planks, right? But there's a woody quality to a Thinline Tele that you cannot get with a solid body guitar. But as I was saying, they had this Tele Thinline mahogany body, so very Gibson Les Paul-like, with a flame maple top, and it had Seymour Duncan P-Rails pickups in it. And I didn't really like the look of them when I saw it, but when I played it, they sounded absolutely fantastic. I loved that guitar. I really felt sad when I had to go and take it back to the shop once the video was done. I made some recordings with it and stuff. So I was looking for a humbucker guitar to get me like a Les Paul or an ES335 kind of a humbucker, neck humbucker, bridge humbucker sound, because generally I like to play single coil equipped guitars. But of course in my demos I need a full humbucker guitar, right? So these pickups are essentially P90 pickups, which are like soap bar shaped pickups. They're really hot single coil pickups that are great for recording, and that sound like thicker than regular single coils, but not as punchy as a humbucker. I like P90s a lot, although they can be a little bit noisy. So essentially they're P90 pickups, but they have an added single coil right there. And then what you can do is you can go for P90, you can wire them to single coil, or when you use both of them together, you get a really great full humbucker sound. So I'm playing a Vox AC15 that's already a little bit cooking. I like my amps to be a little bit dirty. And this is what the humbucker mode on the bridge pickup sounds like. So it's thick and fat, but it's still jangly. It's not as dark as some Les Pauls can be. So the guitar that I was talking about, the Vox Humana guitar, it had a three-way toggle switch as a pickup selector to go from bridge pickup neck pickup or both of them at the same time, but it also had a bunch of mini toggle switches over here that allowed you per pickup to set whether you wanted it to be in P90, humbucker, or single coil mode. So that allows for a lot of tonal options. It's not the greatest thing in the world, and I'll tell you why. Because if you play different guitars, you might know this. If you're playing a humbucker guitar, it's going to have a lot more output than a single coil guitar. So if you have a humbucker and a single coil in the same guitar, it's the same with super strats, like with HSS strats. When you switch from single coil to humbucker, you're going to have a volume drop, and that can be really, really annoying when you're playing in a band or in the studio. But here's how I like it. I like my amps, as I said, to be a little bit dirty. I don't really mind the volume drop because when I switch to humbucker mode, it's going to have more dirt. And I'll be using the other, like less output modes for other stuff, right? And I will generally not switch pickups when I'm tracking a song in the studio. I'll just overdub and stuff. So I don't really mind that, but be aware of that. Once you're changing out pickups in a guitar, really look out for pickups that are matching output-wise. One great guitar that really has it sorted out is the G&L Fallout. That's a great guitar. It has a P90 in the neck pickup and also a splittable humbucker in the bridge position. G&L really got that right. Now, on my guitar, I didn't want the mini toggle switches because I think they look terrible. They look like something, like from an 80s spandex, poodle-haired rock band. And I want my guitars to look great. I make HD videos, right? A lot of people watch them. I want my guitars to look great. I want them to play great. I want them to sound great. And I was fortunate enough for Vox Humana to help me along the way. So what I said is just, copy the original pearloid pickguard that had gone all yellow. Copy it into a black pickguard. Wire things up. And once it's done, I want a 5-way selector switch on it, and then I'm going to decide which sounds I want under that switch. So what I decided to go with, of course, in the back position is the full humbucker mode. In the second position, it's the bridge pickup in P90 mode, and here's the difference. So this sounds a lot like a Tele, only thicker. And here's what I mean with not minding the difference in output. If you're playing like a rhythm part in a band like this, you go to the humbucker, back. It's like using a boost pedal, right? Especially with a little more drive, you can take it up a notch. I like that about this guitar. So full humbucker, second position, P90. Then for the middle position, I decided I wanted the two inside single coils of the two together. I never really use two humbuckers at the same time when I'm playing a Les Paul or an SG. Because I don't know why, I just don't really like the sound, but sometimes for some lead parts, but not for rhythm playing. So what I wanted was the traditional Tele quack, the Tele middle position, right? You gotta have that sound in your toolbox. It almost sounds like a Strat, but it definitely has like that Tele quack in the middle position. So that's right there. When you go to the humbucker, here's the difference. Overdrive, great for funky rhythm. When you go back, and I got no pedals up here. You know what I'm saying? Then the fourth position is just the P90 part of the neck pickup, which which is thicker than a regular Telecaster. It's definitely not a Strat neck pickup. When you dig in, it's a little dirty on this amp setting. And then in the 5th position, it's full neck humbucker. You gotta have that. And you know, with some overdrive. That's gorgeous, man. So again, with a little dirt, here's the bridge humbucker. Here's the P90 bridge. With dirt, here's the middle position, which is a great indie sound, of course. Here's the P90 neck pickup. And here's the neck humbucker. So, and I'm really happy with those 5 sounds. I don't really feel the need to add any more modifications. So no push-pull pots, no stuff like that. It just has regular tone and volume. This is a Godot bridge. And let's talk about the neck just a little bit. This is a Vox Humana Carbon Tech neck, which means that normally there's a metal truss rod inside the neck to prevent it from warping. And you can adjust the truss rod to adjust the angle of the neck as opposed to the body, right? So this is one of those Carbon Tech necks, only instead what they did is they put graphite in the open cavity after they put the truss rod in. So it's not going to bend or anyway, and once you have it set up, it's going to remain set up for a very, very long period of time. I think these are, let me see, yep, they're Spursel tuners. Has the Vox Humana Decal. This has a really nice, I picked this piece of wood myself. It has a really nice, you know, kind of bird's eye neck, but it also has a little bit of a flame in there. And this is a, this is a rosewood fingerboard. So all in all, this has been my main axe for quite some time now. I use it in the studio when I record my own songs. I use it in a lot of videos because it's just so versatile. It sounds great, absolutely gorgeous with effects. And again, this thing has tunes in it. You know, like I can write songs on it, and it's gonna help me come up with the right parts. It feels great. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I'd like to point out about the neck before I leave you. This has a compound radius. So the radius is the shape of the neck on the fingerboard. This is slightly rounder in the lower registers. Normally it's like a 9.5-inch radius, or if you're playing like an old Fender, it's rounder than that. But in the top registers, it's flatter, like a Les Paul. I think it's 12, maybe even 16 inches. So that makes for easy soloing up high on the neck, right? So it's a compound radius that's slightly round over here, and it becomes flatter over here. What else can I say? It's a great guitar. I'll maybe show you my other guitars as well, because there's some interesting tweaks on my US-made Strat that was also modified by Vox Humana. I'll show you that later. And I've already done a video of my regular Telecaster. It's a Carbon Tech special Telecaster. It's on my channels if you want to see that. Those are the 3 guitars, 3 electrics that I use. So big shout out to Vox Humana guitars, to my buddies over there in Vlaardingen in the Netherlands. Hope you like this video. There's a couple of social media links coming up at the end of my video if you want to get in touch. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them below, and I'll see you guys next time. Signing off. JJ out.